Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. If this is your first time here, my name is Risa and I was a professional makeup artist for more than 20 years before becoming a full-time beauty content creator here on YouTube. And these are my do's and don'ts for applying under-eye concealer to mature skin. Do incorporate hydrating under-eye patches to your skin prep routine. My current favorites are these from Jouer. They are the Luminize Dark Circle Correcting and Smoothing Eye Patches. They contain caffeine, niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid, and you can either position them below the eye to brighten under eye circles, or you can position them to the side of the eye to reduce the look of crow's feet. So you want to leave these on for about 15 minutes, and then you just gently peel them off and discard them. Do also use a hydrating eye cream or a hydrating under eye serum. One of my recent discoveries is this hydrating serum from Wet n Wild. I was watching a TikTok video that was put up by a currently working professional makeup artist, and she mentioned that she loved to apply it to the under eyes of her clients before concealer instead of an eye cream. And she just raved about the results she would get using the combo of that serum with a concealer, even on her more mature clients. And here are some of my favorite hydrating eye creams. When I uploaded this exact video 5 years ago, I spoke about the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado, and I still highly recommend it. If your under eyes are dry but not super dry, this is an excellent choice. It has a very unique concentrated texture that is not going to migrate into your eyes. It's just a no-fail under eye cream that's going to work for most people. Now, if you're looking for something that has more anti-aging benefits, that's going to help with the look of crow's feet, fine lines, dark circles over time, this one from Skin Medica is pricey but effective. It is the TNS Eye Repair. This product is proven to reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and dark circles around the eyes. It also improves the appearance of skin tone and texture. The reviews for this, if you go check them out, are really, really excellent. Now, if you're looking for an eye cream that's sort of middle of the road, that's going to give you hydration and at least some skincare benefits to improve the look of your under eyes over time, this one from Pacifica is also fantastic. This is the Vegan Collagen Recovery Eye Cream. This also contains skin-loving ingredients like hyaluronic acid, flower extracts, and caffeine to boost hydration and help the delicate skin around the eye area to feel supported and energized. Do wait at least 3 to 5 minutes in order to let your eye cream soak in before applying your color corrector and or concealer. Don't apply your foundation all the way up under your eyes if you plan to use a concealer. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Some people can just use their foundation if they want to, take it right up underneath their eyes and just call it a day. They don't want to take the extra step or steps of applying a corrector and or a concealer. So they just use their foundation. And for some people, that's really all they need. However, if you are over 40, that's most likely not the case. And with the foundation being brought all the way up under your eyes, you're not gonna get that pop of brightness that a concealer can give you. Don't forget to use a color corrector if you need one. If you do not have extremely dark circles, then a color corrector is not necessary. However, sometimes color correctors can be just fine on their own. You don't even need to put a concealer on top of it. The one I'm using here is from Catrice. It is very, very affordable. I find it to be extremely hydrating, extremely brightening. The slight peachy tone really neutralizes those purpley bluish tint, that purpley bluish tint that I have on the corner by my nose and then right in that little hollow there. And this product on its own gives me that color correction and brightness and concealment that I am looking for. Now, most days I do go over it with a concealer, but as I was saying, it's not always necessary. Now, some of you with darker skin or with very, very dark circles are going to want to use some sort of color corrector. Bobbi Brown makes a great one, Charlotte Tilbury makes a great one, And honestly, LA Girl makes some great color correctors. Don't select a concealer that is too light for you. There is nothing worse than looking at someone in person or in a photo and seeing this white ring around the eye. The best way to choose a concealer shade is to go 2 shades max lighter than your foundation color. Anything lighter than that is most likely going to be too light and give you that look I was just talking about. And if you choose one that's the exact shade as your foundation, you're not going to get that brightness. Don't choose a concealer formula that is too thick and creamy. I say that because in my experience, having worked on thousands of faces over the years and having tested out hundreds of concealers over the years, I have come to the conclusion that if a concealer is really, really creamy and looks like it would be super hydrating, is going to be the most likely to crease. So you really want to find the balance between a hydrating concealer and one that is too thick in consistency that is going to sink into those fine lines around the eyes or deep lines around the eyes and just make your eyes look more aged, which is not the look that we are going for. So here are a couple of my current favorite concealers. This one from Natasha Denona, YSL is excellent. This one from Kulfi is a favorite. And also this Revolution IRL concealer and this one from Catrice. I think we all know this one by now, but don't apply your concealer in a big triangle shape under the eye. The best way to apply concealer is to put a little bit on the back of your hand or on a mixing tray and then pick it up with either your finger or a brush and then gently pat it around the under eye area. That is what professional makeup artists do, not only for sanitary reasons, but because it's going to give you the most diffused effect. Now, a lot of people like to use their ring fingers to pat out concealer. I'm a little weird. For some reason, I like to use my middle finger. But what's great about using your fingers to blend is that the heat from your body heat is going to help mesh the concealer in with your skin and make it look seamless. Now, if you're not going to use your fingers to sort of tap out the concealer, do use a damp sponge for this step. Using a damp beauty sponge over the concealer, even over your entire face of foundation, is also going to help mesh the product into your skin and make it look like it is one with your skin. And it's also going to be that last step before setting your concealer to help keep your under eye concealer locked in and resist creasing. So if you're not using a self-setting concealer that they do have these days, you definitely do want to set your under eye concealer. But you don't want to set your under eye concealer with anything heavy, like a foundation powder that's meant for the face. You want to use a very, very light, finely milled, light not as in color, but light as in texture, finely milled powder. Whether it is a pressed or a loose, it doesn't really matter. You just want it to be something, again, that's whisper light and perhaps has a little bit of a brightening effect. There are a lot of loose powders on the market right now that are meant to set the under eyes or bake the under eyes. Now, those of us over 40, we pretty much know not to bake, which if you don't know what that means, it means to apply a lot of powder to the under eyes, let it sit for a little bit, and then dust it off. I'm sure if you've watched any makeup tutorial in the last 10 years of anyone under the age of 30, you've probably seen them bake their under eyes and or foundation. But if you're over 40, that really doesn't work for us. So the best way to set your under eyes is to take, once again, a powder that is either brightening or translucent and take a fluffy, dense dome brush, go into the powder, tap off any excess, and then lightly dust under the eyes to set your concealer and keep it locked in. The one I'm using in the demo is this one from Pat McGrath. It is a beautiful, beautiful product. I also really love the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder for my under eyes. And then in past videos, you've probably seen me use the Givenchy Loose Powder as well as the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. But again, I don't bake with it. I just take a brush, go into the powder, and then go like this. So there they are, my do's and don'ts for applying concealer to mature under eyes. All of the products I talked about in this video will be listed and linked down below in the description box. If you found this video helpful, I really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel and would like to become a part of the Risa Does Makeup family, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram and TikTok. My username is the same on all of my social media platforms. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.